This is such a fantastic topic, okay? One that definitely, is thought provoking in the sense that a lot of coin collectors today are not so much coin collectors as they are coin discoverers, okay? And let me elaborate a little bit on that. You have the base amount of various, I guess, what you would call professional collectors or numismatists, as we call it in the hobby, where they're very well versed, they're very educated, they know what they're looking for, they know market values, but at the same time, you're talking about an extremely older generation of people. Okay, people who are ordinarily probably in their 40s and up, as the height of collecting, was in the 70s and 80s. So here we are, 30, 35, 40 years later. Okay, we have a completely new generation. As a matter of fact, I guess it's safe to assume that we have skipped two generations to a point in our life where the the commerce world is predominantly digitized. Okay, we have the ability to pay for stuff on the internet. We digitally transfer funds, with PayPal and Vimeo and all these other, Apple Pay, with these other apps and so on. It's gotten really fancy. So there's less dependency on physical cash. Okay, but there is still a great deal of people that love to handle actual physical money. All right, if you could envision, okay, at any one point, the amount of money that flows through each person's hand on a daily basis, from cash register to another patron, back into a cash register to the bank, and then the bank would, give them out as merchant services to other companies, and you just see this continuous flow and life cycle of money. You can imagine how many people have held the 1 penny or the dollar bill in the course of its lifetime. Okay, it could be thousands, it could be tens of thousands. It's really hard to pinpoint the number. But if we also envision the actual percentage of people that take the time to look down at the change they have in their hand, okay, whether they're, say, counting the change that they receive back from, a cashier, for example, at the store, you know, in one form or another, they'll look at the money and determine if they did in fact receive the right amount of change, because the human error component of these sort of things is still very evident even in today's world. So let's say you have that percentage of people that look down at their money. Okay, there's going to be coins such as the coin that you see on screen here that's gonna pop out and stick out like a sore thumb. All right, and the information that gets sent into the brain is, okay, what do I have here? Why does this coin look funny? Is it real? All right, but the thinking and the conversation ends there. Okay, people don't traditionally share this type of information, except for the folks that are deeply interested in coin collecting and everything that it has to offer. Most people, I would say more than 50% of the general population who don't collect coins but see a coin like this 1918 Lincoln cent, would just assume that it's damaged. Okay, it's some home experiment, or maybe it was used as a tool in an auto shop garage, for example, or perhaps it was ran over, okay, a number of times. It wouldn't, there's no scratches on it, so there's no road rash. But if you're thinking about the basic types of damage and things like that could happen to a coin, it would easily be assumed that this coin right here is damaged. So what's the point in keeping it? Okay, most people would throw it back. They would go ahead and pass the buck. They would go ahead and pass the penny over, on the next purchase, or it would drop to the ground, maybe to be lost forever, or it could be shoved in a cup holder, in your car. But a coin over its life cycle will begin to look like this Lincoln cent that you see here. Obviously, it's very well worn. Obviously, it's passed through many hundreds, if not thousands, of various hands, and one just couldn't possibly think that it is anything more than a damaged coin. Okay, so here's where the tale comes into kind of a tailspin. Yeah, you like that, but you have that one individual that saw something kind of deeper in the meaning of what this coin is and what it could be. Okay, that's the perspective, not quite coin collector, but someone whose curiosity has been piqued because the coin is interesting. Okay, this particular coin looks like a damaged coin at first. Okay, but if you began to use the imagination of how these coins were possibly created, this thing might have been struck a number of times. Okay, in the case of this 1918 Lincoln cent, I could say without certain that it was struck a total of 9 times. Now, okay, there's 2 different variances that go into the conversation and what goes through, your brain. Okay, was it struck 9 times on purpose? Or was it struck 9 times on accident at the mint? Okay, what was it? Was it an occurrence at the mint, or was it a post mint occurrence? Which could fall under damage. So this one individual that found this coin, okay, I don't know who it is, by the way, so I can't really elaborate deeper into the that aspect of this coin. But let's say gentleman A took this coin and he went to a coin shop. Come to find out, he didn't get too much information. That person automatically deduced that this coin is damaged. Okay, now do you give up? Okay, do you go ahead and spend it, or does your curiosity pique even more to where maybe you'll just what, let's find some information on the interweb, and you'll type into Google rare error coin, multiple strikes, or whatever, I guess the common kind of generic term, the layman's term, I guess, a lot of non-numismatists use to find information on this coin would be the next step. Okay, just doing some kind of like preliminary type of information, gathering. Okay, you come to find out that there are a number of forum chat pages. Okay, Coin Talk, Coin Community, Collectors Universe, which is part of PCGS, Collector Society, which is NGC. So there's a number of various areas where you could go into and actually have a conversation with other people. In the course of taking images of the coin, okay, using your smartphone, okay, the smartphone is an incredibly powerful tool today. It takes absolutely amazing pictures, 4K video on a lot of the newest models, HD photo quality on everything else. All right, so you have the ability to just take a picture and go ahead and post it from the comfort of your smartphone wherever you may be. Okay, and then some of those comments start rolling in. Okay, and you say, hey, you know what? You have something here. Okay, this is a multi-struck coin that occurred at the mint. All right, and you'll have people that chime in. You have a great majority of them agree, and then you might have 1 or 2 people that say, oh no, you know what? I think this is post-mint damage. So you kind of go against the grain, and you find out that you could submit this to a third-party grader for authentication. Okay, which is a pretty smart move. It's a relatively low-cost way of determining if you have in fact a damaged coin or a legitimate error. Okay, and lo and behold, 4 weeks later the coin comes back. All right, and as you can see, it came back from Annex as a fine graded coin. Okay, that was struck 9 times. Okay, it's not a damaged coin. It is a very well circulated coin, passed through many hundreds if not thousands of hands, and this person, at the advice of some of those people on these forum chat pages, submits it to Heritage Auctions for sale. Okay, it's a very unique error, one in which you won't see a lot of or maybe even ever. Okay, by the way, I've only found one coin. It's the coin that you're seeing here with this amount of strikes in one shot. Okay, so struck 9 times. It's an annex graded coin. It's certified as being true to the error that it is. And you consigned it to Heritage Auctions Online. Okay, and this was in 2009. And you are tickled pink when you come to find out that this thing sold for $2,070. Well, all that hard work finally paid off, because now you have, you've lined your pocket or your bank account with an extra couple $1,000s off of something that, you found in change, where, the other 1,500 people went ahead and spent it. So the moral of this story, I guess, because there's going to be some sort of main point to all of this, is it doesn't matter how crazy or odd or weird this so-called find is and change. Okay, you want to know that you have a great support of other collectors and professional numismatists that can help you along. And generally, we're all nice people. Okay, you're going to come across a few rotten apples, and if you do, let me know. I will come pay him a personal visit. No, I'm just kidding. But it's never too weird to hold on to something like this, because you never know if it's going to play out in the same fashion as this particular individual that found this 1918 multi-struck, absolutely crazy looking coin in pocket change. And there you go. Don't throw anything back. Always keep it. You have the power to find the information and to submit photos to a large community, because coin collecting is not small. There's a lot of people that do it. And at the end of the day, okay, it's either going to be, no, you really don't have anything, or by golly, you do have something. And a couple $1,000s later, it's all a lesson that we can learn as a result. So unless you need that dime or that penny or that quarter, to buy your next Monster Energy drink. Okay, that's not a plug, by the way, because I don't drink it. But if you needed that badly, then by all means spend it. But it's a small amount of money. You just hold on to it, get more information, and you never know, you could find something that might take care of your mortgage for a few months. It's a real thing. So I want to thank everyone for joining in on kind of this, this little tale, this story on how crazy would a coin have to look like before you decide to throw it back. Okay, it's a very thought-provoking type of question, all right, but it's definitely worth mentioning, because you never know when you're going to be throwing aside money, the potential, the opportunity. Again, coin collecting is a treasure hunt, okay, and some of the rarest coins pop up when you least expect it. As always, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and the best way you can support my channel is smash that like button, like usual. I want to thank everyone for joining. Again, I am your host, Sean, of Blue Ridge Silverhound. Stay tuned for more coin stuff. It is sure going to be a fun one. Take care.